You're watching the Mic Check, on every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hello and welcome everyone to this week's Mic Check. Today, we're pulling from from a script we have done previously. Actually, we're pulling from a script specifically Leonard did previously. We all had a chance to look at it, but not really a chance to dive into it. And I feel that this is going to be an awesome opportunity to sort of break out a little bit, have some extra fun, have a really high energy and really fun read here, and prepare ourselves for next week where we'll be having Larry Hudson on with us to give us a little demonstration of the kind of workouts that he runs and that he manages over at VO Heaven Workouts. Once again, tune in to us next week so you get a little bit more information on that. But without any further ado, do I have a volunteer to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, JD, go for it.
Would you post the script again, please?
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and some spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Next.
Who's next, JD?
I forgot.
Okay,
Leonard's done it already.
just go.
Devin, go for it.
Yeah. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. Richard.
I had to look. I have to unmute. Okay. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. Leonard.
That was good.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. Janet.
Me, Janet?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, good. All right. Adult Swim Game presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. Real quick, it doesn't, John. Put your sound on, John.
Don't pull a me, John. Come on now.
Oops. All right, take two. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. How about Nathan?
Here we go.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
I like that one.
Michael!
All right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. All right, Joe, let's hear it.
Okay. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Where's
Dan?
Joe? I don't see Joe. Okay. Oh, I see him.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Dude,
How about the little human behind JD? The little human behind JD.
That's Jake.
That's Jake. Okay.
Jake.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
It looks like just Russ, Takia, and Gaiman Damien is left. Am I missing anybody?
Nope, everybody else is gone. So, did
It's Russ or Takia? Or
Okay,
Gaiman
I'm
Damien?
gonna try this. Let me see. Can you guys still hear me? I have to go to another page to look at my. I don't have a computer, so I have to look at my phone like this.
Yeah,
Can
no
you hear
worries.
me?
We can hear you. Go for
All
it.
right, great. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an army of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Alrighty then.
So you got
Russ, would you like to go
Russ.
next?
All right.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. Whoever's left, I forgot.
Takia, would you like to give it a go?
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
Unmute yourself, Takia.
Adult Swim Game present Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that kills your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorns accessories, formidable challenges, and a spine-tingling power ballad, Attack 2 is here.
All right, so that's everybody, right? Yep, Dan has posted the official list in the chat, and now we can chat about the script itself. So, real quick, what were some things that you guys noticed?
The one of the things about Adult Swim commercials is that they're all over the board. They are in every last style you could possibly think of. So every time I audition for anything for Adult Swim, it's like, okay, this is a complete, crapshoot. I'm just gonna do something and see if they like it. But I liked that there was a variety of like a whole range from cartoony to movie to kind of announcery, to like a standard game type thing. Again, I don't know what they go for on any individual one, so it's kind of hard to guess.
I actually have an opinion specifically on that, on the specific choices you could make with this, but I'd like to know, like, what were there any like particular styles of delivery that stuck out to you more than any others?
Yeah, I noticed a particular style with quite a few of the reads, and it sounded to me like I don't know if it's announcing, but it's that really excitable, and you gotta be there.
Sunday.
The car
right,
dealership ad.
I don't know if that's right or wrong, but maybe that's how I'm going to try it. I don't know. I'm a woman.
Well, as much as I did it that way, I prefer the way Joe did it because he made it more interesting to listen to. It had variables, and I think in the world of Adult Swim, that's really something that I think that I mean, from my experience, from what I've heard, that's what they're looking for. At least that we hear a lot of that on Adult Swim, a lot of variables.
I heard at least 4 different styles from Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't.
You should. There you go, Joe Style Thomas. There it is. There it is.
I was just being indecisive. Yes. That's what happened.
It worked. It works for you, though.
Well, so there is. First of all, there's definitely a particular way that you want to deliver this. Like this script is very much so audiovisual. It's a TV commercial.
Yes.
And the way you can tell that is specifically by how it's written. All of the breaks in the sentences, how it's sort of like it's written poem-esque, where there's a line, then a break, then a line, then a break, and it doesn't actually have like a full paragraph or anything like that. This is absolutely a commercial. So the thing is how do you know how to deliver this one with that kind of information? Well, first of all, Adult Swim, as has been mentioned before, is sort of all over the place. And when it comes to the robot unicorn attack, they generally tend towards that like monster truck announcer Sunday style of read. And this is absolutely written like that. This is hard sell. This is totally off the wall, like self-deprecating levels of crazy over the top announcer person.
Yeah. Reason why I jumped off the cliff with the thing.
So, for instance, obviously there's a lot of context in the words that are used. The game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. So it goes from that, which is sort of dark and grim, to an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories. Like, who talks like that? There's some context with how serious you should be taking yourself here.
Yeah, what are majestic unicorn accessories?
Who knows? Maybe the little bows that you tie into the mane or anything like that. Saddles,
Play the game and find out.
Little ribbons for your unicorn saddle.
And then I think the last indication of where you should really take off is spine-tingling power ballads, because who really cares about that? Like that's technically the least of the thing, because we're talking about a game.
Yeah.
We're talking about a video game. Does anybody really care about the spine-tingling power ballads?
I know, but every time I see power ballads, the first thing I think of is either Wayne's World or Bill and Ted.
Hey, Michael, what if this is like a girl's game, though?
Right.
What
The unicorn attack was.
Maybe it's kind of serious as, that genre.
Oh, God, I don't know.
It could be.
But first line, though, the mobile game that kills your free time, it's obviously being a joke to itself.
Yes, this is obviously self-deprecating. So trying to be serious about that isn't really going to And on top of that, when it says spine-tingling power ballads, this is supposed to be like a clash of feels. So I could imagine, like in the background of this whole thing, you've got you maybe you have this game playing in the background where these unicorns are just flying through the screen, however it works. But you have this like 80s hair metal playing in the background,
Yeah, probably.
Like really like screeching guitars and things like that. It's just that's what this is sort of screaming at me right now, at least. I don't know. Does anybody have a differing opinion on that? Does anybody see something else with this script?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, some of
it's
their
just a bunch of silliness.
Yeah,
some of
that's
the other games are pretty violent. So I'm assuming that unicorns are flying around shooting lasers and decapitating people.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's plenty of pixelated animated gore going on the screen right now as well.
Maybe a unicorn accessory could be the ring toss for the unicorn horn.
Who knows? Who knows?
I picture this done in the style of Plants vs. Zombies.
Also, if you've seen any of the advertisements for any of the other Adult Swim games, they usually go the route of way over the top. Like it's usually like a callback to those super hyped 90s commercials. You know the ones I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's usually a callback to those. So this is definitely going to fall within that style.
So were we doing it right, do you think?
Except for the Rick and Morty.
Except for the Rick and What?
Yeah, because the Morty madness it sounded real serious, even though it was a joke. It was a deadpan seriousness to it.
Yeah.
Dry sarcasm.
Yeah, the dry sarcasm that Rick and Morty's known for.
Never saw it.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Rick and Morty. I don't know what that is.
But I don't know. To me, this one is really screaming just like way over the top, get into it, high energy sort of delivery.
Okay.
So do you think we were doing it right then, you're saying?
I think that many of the reads could have used more energy and more excitement and more craziness. Just more off the wall. Let it go. Like this one.
I've got some off the wall set up. I'm ready to go.
Good,
because this sounded good, Richard.
Yeah, I think this one's definitely set up for you to just go ahead and let go. Sorry,
yeah,
go
you
ahead.
can do all kinds of things with this. My concern on some of the reads was it sounded like there was a whole lot of shouting going on, which is not necessarily bad, but you don't want that to be the only impression you're left with.
Mm-hmm. Well, the other thing is some of the reads went really, really quickly, like too quickly. Like there's obvious breaks in here, and you have a captive audience for 30 seconds roughly. So it's okay to slow it down a little bit and play up sort of that comedy.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's something going on the screen anytime you see those ellipses, and you need to give it a little time to develop.
Yeah, the other thing is a little bit of technical, a little technical note. One of the things that I noticed is that, so the very end over here, where it starts with an array of dazzling unicorns and magic unicorn and majestic unicorn accessories through formidable challenge and spine-tingling power ballads, people were treating that as 3 separate sentences when they continue off of each other. So people would put a period at the end of unicorn accessories, like it was its own thing. And then suddenly formidable challenges, which felt like it came out of nowhere.
Oh,
remember to make it a list. These things continue off of each other.
Okay. I see that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I try to avoid that.
You did a good job on that one, Russ. That was actually something that stuck out to me, is that you took that into account. That
I
it
heard
was
what they were doing.
Yeah. So good on you for that.
Thank you.
But I would say that this is your opportunity to go ahead and just go crazy. Go for it. Okay. If there's too much yelling, if we feel it's a little too loud, we'll give you the direction. Pull it back a little bit. Okay. But let's go ahead and does anybody else have any questions on the script or any other notes, anything else they might have noticed?
No.
That we didn't talk about yet.
Whew. It's hot in here.
I did hear, I can't remember who it was. Somebody said accessories.
Probably me.
That could have been me.
Accessories.
Accessories.
And you know what? To play up that sort of over the top announcer feel, I think it's a good idea to overpronounce different things too.
Okay.
Particularly since that's a break.
Okay.
Drag those out.
Think of those ellipses.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Richard.
Oh, I'm sorry. We kept interrupting each other. I was just going to go off what you said, that when you're doing that, for lack of a better term, the high power car dealership ad, if you don't articulate and you're talking really fast, it's just going to be a little.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
much
Right.
So the faster
the
you go, the more you have to articulate.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Also,
it sounded like me where you're talking like this, and you don't know what I mean to say.
I also think the ellipses is a good opportunity to go ahead and like elongate that word a little bit too.
Which word?
You know, Adult Swim Games presents.
Oh.
You know, that ruin your life forever. You know, go ahead and let those drag out a little bit, because that's going to lead into the next set of images and play up that over the top character you're trying to go for.
Okay.
So your challenge for this script, if you're willing to accept it, is have your read be high energy, but not too fast. You have to control your pace. We have to understand what you're saying.
Okay.
But you have to give it that over the top, like, you know, monster truck announcer type of feel, even if you can't do it. In fact, it'd probably even funnier if you can't.
Okay.
You know, if you just commit to you commit to trying to do it and you just can't do it, that would add to the comedy. Like there's very few wrong ways to do this script, I feel. Okay. But I think taking it seriously is definitely not the best way to approach it right now. So let's go ahead and go back into the reads. If you're confused at the order, go ahead and take a look at the chat window. Dan has posted it up there, so we'll follow that along, and I will hand it over to JD. I have to step out for a little while, but I'll be back.
Oh my. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oh wait! You're leaving JD in control?
Well, he's the
Good
oldest.
luck.
It's just so confusing. I don't know what to do. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game show that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Mobile game show, huh?
What did I say?
I heard.
Yeah, where did I say that?
The mobile game show.
It is a game show. That's how this reads. Okay, okay, well, take that note. Thank you very much.
It went from Adult Swim to Nickelodeon.
It's like, what? And he got so old he about ran out of gas when he got to ballads.
I did. And spine-tingling power ballads with no power.
There was very little power in your ballads.
All right.
It cracked me up, JD. Sorry.
Well, that was the point, wasn't it? Okay.
Raise the energy.
Fire away. Opinion? More opinion?
Yeah, I kind of was with you the whole way until the spine-tingling power ballads dropped off too.
Yeah, thanks.
But really, running out of energy, that's not a bad choice too. I mean, if you play it off right, where like sounds like it's on purpose.
If it sounds like it's on purpose.
Yeah.
That was not on purpose.
That was a physical ailment.
Again or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, do
it again. Do it again.
All right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit different, a little more air.
Yeah, I could hear that one on TV.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it in 24 seconds.
Is it supposed to be formidable?
What did I
You
say?
can do it that way.
Yeah.
Formidable.
It depends on what part of the country you're from, I think.
I think it depends
Formidable.
on what the director prefers.
Formidable.
Formidable.
Formidable. Well, that's the way I.
Formidable.
Formidable.
Yeah, that's the
I
word.
think
What's it? Formidable enemy.
formidable, didn't I?
Yes,
No,
formidable.
that's right.
preferred the other way
I thought it worked really well, JD. I thought that one worked. You didn't run out of gas, and you had the consistency throughout that made it fun.
Cool. Excellent.
Yep. That's a good one.
Thank you. All right, Devin, you're up.
Go ahead, follow that, Devin.
You can
She's hiding herself.
Where'd she go?
Adult Swim. All right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
You
like
need
a
to
little
do
boy.
some cartoons as a little boy. That worked well.
Smithers, who's that young employee down there?
You can't keep it down.
Seriously, you got to
Gonna take
audition
over
for
the
some stuff
old
on
man and-
Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. That would work for you.
Well, I'm putting a boy character on my demo, so
Absolutely.
I'm actually, I'm going to interject a little bit here. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
yes.
All right. I actually felt you went too high in your registry too many times.
Okay.
Okay.
Like you cracked up through the ceiling way too much, and that really, I don't know, that pulled me out of it. I didn't really. I would have gone with a different choice. Like if you're gonna go with that voice, try to get it as low and as growly as you can.
Growly. All right. All right.
Yeah, just overly serious.
Over serious. All right.
I
All right.
just noticed one thing
So
that
that-
when you said the mobile game that killed your free time is back, I don't think that's proper emphasis on that. It killed your free time, or
Is back to ruin your life.
That killed your free time.
Okay. So let's try to get it down here. Let's man up a little bit. One more. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
I like the first one better. But that's
I'm,
I like the first one
For me
better.
to go down.
I'm kind of like,
Yeah, it sounded a bit forced, where you
Yeah.
were like trying a little too hard to bring it down to that register.
yeah, you lost some of the charm.
But
Yeah,
that was
I'm-
a comedy, though.
Yeah, the first one worked better. Just don't squeak when you go to the higher parts. That sounds like
Yeah.
either one is short or too tight, or two he's going through the
Oh,
chain.
his voice is changing. It's kind of like that, Shaggy kind of thing going on there, man.
Shoot.
My feeling on this is the first read, you were constantly on the high notes. This one, you were constantly on the lower notes, but it was still kind of same note throughout. And it is basically a big list in lots of elements. So NBC it a little, just vary the tones a bit.
Okay. But stick with the kind of with the first character, but all right.
Drop
just
it a
more varying.
little bit. Maybe drop the range a little bit, but not as far. Not where you're struggling to actually
Just don't
pull the
reach so
character
high at the
out.
top.
Yeah,
Okay.
just don't hit those squeaky highs.
Yeah, and vary the tones a bit. And it is a list.
Right. Okay. All right then. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Thank you, Sid.
That
was
was
good.
Tommy.
I thought that worked.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt that was clearly the best read. My
Yes.
one little quibble is that you went power ballads, and I feel it should be power ballads. But that's all I got.
As the character goes, I thought it was that worked with kind of a kid type read trying to figure out where things were, so it flowed all right. Yeah, it was not much to pick about there. That was pretty good. I like that. Kind of combined two things and buried it. That worked well.
And gave you a chance to play with the character development you're working on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything
Is
else?
that it, or
Yeah, I think you did great. Anybody else have any?
That was nice.
That's it.
Oh, Lord, it's my
thank
turn.
you.
Yes, it's your turn, Richard.
Yeah. You get to follow that. Oh, this'll be just simple. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Okay. Richard's cheating.
Things I can do with my voice, huh? Things I can do.
Hey, brother. I did the voice of God in an animation and I used no reverb. I let them do it for me.
Richard.
Pretty good.
My one quibble there is the array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories went too fast.
Yeah, it did. I totally agree.
You gotta let
I
the
lost my
engineers
place
do your
and
stuff.
I was
for you,
looking at myself and I lost it.
Richard, I think there's a bit too much echo in your room. Is there any way we could cut it back a little bit?
You know,
something went wrong in your studio, Mr. Darrington.
I told you I was gonna have fun with it.
Did you do that in the bathroom?
That's right. And back in the 50s of the doo-wop age.
Hey, Richard, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry.
All right. So just do that again, but better.
Well, that's the best direction I've had all week.
Really good advice.
More
I'm serious. So the choices that you made were great. It was funny. It was entertaining to listen to. Just work on those flub ups, and that should be it. You have the perfect take.
Oh God. Okay. I have a fun little unit here that makes it easy with reverb. All I gotta do is push it button and undo it. Okay.
Very nice.
Do it again, only better. Love great directions. All right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2.
Richard.
The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, a spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Okay, so like you want to do it a third time, right?
Did you say
I did.
spine-tingling?
You know what?
Without the reverb.
That was it. You're done. You did it.
Oh man, crapper doodles.
I didn't know that power ballads was singular. A spine tingling power ballads.
I really appreciate the constructive
I
criticism
caught
here.
that. I went, yeah, well, I just kept going. And I went, that didn't sound right. Oh, because it's and not a. That's what I said.
We'll
I'm
cut
not
the A
listening.
out in post.
Oh, crap.
Richard, come on, you got to do a third without the reverb.
Lordy. Okay, let me get my hand on the button here.
Yeah, we want to comment.
Here we go. I'll get it right this time, maybe.
No reverb.
Let's go with the family jewels, Richard.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever.
Cheater.
Dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
What the heck?
That was better.
Nice-
I like
nice
that
catch,
one.
Janet.
Woo!
Caught herself.
I said frick.
Oh, demonetized.
No, listen, Richard.
Now I can unreverb. I'll
Don't
do
get
it
mad at
unreverb
me,
if
but
you want.
stop it. I love you so much, but don't do it. We want to give you good comments, but you know we're saying it's excellent because you're using reverb. Don't cheat.
There's no
one more
there's
time
no
without
cheating in voiceover.
No,
You know, I'm gonna have to agree with Richard here. There was no rules set in place that said it was not allowed.
Actually, it made me
allowed.
It made me think of something I heard Pat Fraley talk about before, is doing one that had no effects in it, but sending one with the effects just to see how it sounds. Now, I did, when I originally did the voice of God thing, I recorded it with reverb just to hear what it would sound like. But on the end of it all, I had to let the engineers take care of all of that stuff.
Yeah, they don't like you sending it to them that way when it's already. They'll process it for you. All right, I'll do it once without the processing.
I just had to learn to modulate my voice properly to make myself sound deeper than I actually do.
By the way, since there's no rules, I'm available for hire if you want me to.
Okay, I'll do it once without the reverb, and then we'll move on. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Richard,
Now it
you
just
know I love you.
sucks.
You know I love you, but I don't think you've ever hit forever.
Did I not say the word forever?
I think you're hyper focusing on that word. I just do.
The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. That one? Is there another forever?
That was different. That was better than the other three. Because you weren't
Well,
trying
you just
that
splice it in.
Well, you just weren't trying as hard, and it was better, more natural.
Okay.
It's supposed to be natural, but you know.
Well, I've taken up enough time. Let's move on. I forgot who was next. Leonard is, I think.
Okay. Okay, let's see how I follow up that one.
Told you I had to have fun.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
I like spine tingling. That was a good line. You did that.
Yeah, I liked your tooth. You had like a toothy quality to the words. I pushed that even further. You sounded a bit maniacal with the way you were pronouncing things.
Yes. And back away from your mic just a tad, because when you're getting loud, you're clipping.
That's a little bit of a zone 2 or zone 3 kind of read.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
mic
I was
is
getting kind of close.
way over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Yep, I heard your evil goatee in that one.
Nice. Very nice.
I didn't know evil goatees had a sound.
Mike's saying something, I think. Go, Mike, was it?
Barely. Yeah, barely.
We're waiting.
I just said, yeah, Leonard, you have earned the seal of approval from my wife.
No, thank you.
See, you did
It's
better.
good to get the votes of approval where it counts.
I actually personally love I really love the comedy in it. It was great.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was the evil quality to it worked quite well, actually.
Okay. Do we move on?
Yeah.
I
Janet.
think
It's my turn already.
so. Mhm.
Okay. Oh man. Okay. All right. Miss Sirius is going to try and do this. Okay. Yeah. Adult Swim Game presents. Wait a minute. I went. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Less
Adult.
wet.
What?
Sorry. I said less wet.
Adult Swim Game presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories. Formidable. You're fired. Screw you. I didn't need this job anyway. There's more where that came from. I'm sorry. I'll do it again. Come on, lighten up, lighten the load. Adult Swim Game presents Robot. Oh man, what's going on? Adult Swim Game presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
It's Adult
First, make sure you
Swim
get
Game.
the client's name right. It's games.
What did
Adult
I do?
Swim
Yeah.
Games.
What happened?
Adult Swim Games. Make sure you get the client's name right.
What did I?
You said game. Adult Swim Game.
Sorry.
And I want to hear you like you're just going over the top hill of a roller coaster. I need that much energy
From
I want to
me?
hear. I want to hear you boom.
Okay.
Pump it up, dear.
Yep.
I like the way you
Go
read
for
to ruin your life forever. I really like that choice. That worked well.
Yep, I kind of liked it too. Yep.
Okay, I'll try it again.
But you don't have to throw up your hands when you're done, though. I think that's breaking the Dan rule, actually.
It's like it's a race to the finish. Oh crap! I'm done.
Well, I know you. Okay.
Good point. Good point, Russ.
You know, I always go. All right. Try it again. Adult Swim Game presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Games.
It's still Adult Swim Game.
Send her to the morgue.
We need a
He needs a
snake on the
morgue
end.
read.
Other than that word that she keeps tripping over, I keep picturing this like, college professor talking about the games.
I keep picturing a vampiric, alcoholic vampire.
I was picturing a high society zombie.
Posh American.
Alcoholic vampire in a high society.
Was it any bigger that like you
That
asked?
was much more energy. That was lots better.
More
energy wise, that was good.
And don't forget, I'm a woman. I mean, women don't talk like this.
That's what. If we're stretching you, darling. We're stretching
Yeah,
you.
and like
You gotta have more
with
for it.
Devin, it's hard. We're female. I mean, we can do that if the director said, I want it feminine. I want it. But if the director goes, come on, knock me out. It's, well, all right.
Wait, that's it. Right there. That's it.
Yep, that was,
right there.
That was it. Right there. When you
You
were
hit it.
imitating the director. That's
There you
it.
go.
That's the voice.
Yep. Do that.
Do that.
Impression of a man.
You hit over the top. That was it. Yeah.
What did I do? What'd you say? Wait, what?
When you
Do an
imitated the
impression of a man.
director.
You
Yeah.
said, knock me out.
Yeah.
That's the one right there.
That's
Knock
the
me out.
Oh. So I do it again?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And what was I talking like this? What? Shit, I forgot. All right.
No, you actually mimic punching. Do it. Say, knock me out again. Punching. Remember that one line?
just knock it out, dude. Yeah, knock it out.
All right, knock me out. Adult
you go.
Swim Game presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Yay! That
Yes.
was great.
That was
Now read the first
Oh my
line.
god!
and do
Oh
it
my
for
gosh!
yes.
I don't, in my head, I pictured Phyllis Diller doing that.
Yeah.
I literally saw it. I could see if Phyllis Diller were alive, her. That was fantastic.
I
I
have
think
her
that was
laugh.
all the movement.
Yes.
Her laugh is ha ha ha. Remember that?
Yes.
Oh yes, I
do.
saw her on her 80th birthday.
I was just
She was
watching
amazing.
her old stuff on it's on Amazon right now. It's on Prime. You can
Oh,
watch Phyllis
wow.
Diller, and there's a whole bunch of it. So
Oh wow.
The only thing we need from you, Janet, is to read the first line and please put an S on games. You have yet to put an S on games. Not once have you put an S on games. That's the only line you need to read, just in the same vein you were doing.
Knock me out. Adult Swim Games presents.
You're
we
done.
can splice it in, darling. That'll work.
you got it.
Woo, I'm sweating. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks.
There you go. That was awesome. Yeah, Joe, you heard it the same time I did. We're both going, yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
Do that. Do what? That. Which was what?
Thanks. Cool.
Janet has been stretched.
That's
Like
about
taffy.
it. Right?
Yes.
Like
yes.
taffy.
Jana's gonna walk out, and her hair's gonna be like all spiked up around.
Oh man.
Yes.
Sweating my brains out.
I went to the mic check, and I walked out looking like Phyllis
I'll
Diller.
turn off my
Ha!
That's
Let
pretty
me
good,
turn
Nathan.
the sound off. Who's next?
John, I
John.
think you were next.
Okay.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here. Sorry about the hot mic.
Yeah, back off the
Yeah,
mic a little bit.
Zone 3
man.
there.
How was the time on that, Dan? I'm just curious.
It was 24.
Okay.
Really?
Good time.
So you got plenty of time. So
Yeah.
I was trying to get it.
Yeah, if you're going to get real emphasize something, just back off away from it just a tad because you were clipping the horror. It was bad.
Okay.
and then on the array of dazzling unicorns, it started sounding like you were reading from that line down. It just sounded like you were reading it.
This message popped up that said your internet connection is becoming unstable right over to that. I was like, what was the word? Line, please, line.
Yeah, that line stuck out for me too.
Blah, 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 I think that says. Okay, let's not have that.
I got the feeling there was a little bit of yelling for emphasis.
Yeah.
Much.
Yeah, that's why he's backing off the mic.
Well,
no, he's right. He's right. It was, yeah, you're right. I get that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, it was forced. Not that I'm criticizing myself, Michael, if you're listening. All right, take two.
Uh-oh, Dad's back. Shh.
Dan rule is always in effect.
Even when
It's
we're not
always in effect.
I knew I was going to end up behind a
As
woodshed.
soon as the recording button starts, the Dan rule is always in effect. And for those of you who don't know, the Dan rule is you are not allowed to comment on your own performance right after you've completed it. If you are behind the microphone, you are the performer. You worry about your performance. You leave the critique to us.
Well, Janet's hit a
Anyway.
Michael. Janet's hit a gray area where she throws her hands up in disgust. Does that count?
She is, yes, that does count. That is commentary on her own reads. Yes, that does count.
Russ is a tattletale. Russ is a tattletale.
No. I was listening in the whole time. And actually, something that I was trying to say was, Janet, you're way overthinking things. When you go into your first performance, you get into your own head, and it's really difficult to break you out of it, which is why I think a lot of your trepidation comes up when you do perform, because you're way overthinking it right off the bat. Like, you have the natural talent, you have the skills and abilities, you can do it. You just got to get out of your own head sometimes. Sometimes it's good to just go ahead and dive right into the script, just do the read, let the world take care of it after that.
Yeah, we're all jealous of you, Janet.
Was the third one better though, Mike?
The third one was better, but I still think that you were overthinking things a little bit.
Okay.
It still felt, I still felt some of that hesitation and trepidation, particularly when you got a little farther down the script.
Okay.
But in general, that third one was better. But yeah, Adult Swim Games, there is an S on it. It's plural.
We got it out of her finally. We had her do that right on its own. Before I forget, a gentleman who I had come into the mic check group, and then I'm in his group on every other Tuesday, mentioned you, Dan. He brought it up. Somebody started critiquing their own deals, and he goes, in the group that I was in with Richard, you're not. They even remembered the guy's name was Dan. They called it the Dan rule. Anybody in their group do it either. So you're world
I am
famous
now renowned.
Yeah, it's now going around. It's like, hey, are you the Dan from the Dan rule, Dan? Is that you? Anyway, let's get back to John. Let's get back to John. It was John's turn. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Yes, it was. Sorry, John.
Go ahead.
My turn. I gotta do this again. All right, no yelling, right, Russ? I got it. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
25.
25, okay.
Lost some energy on that one.
Well, try not to love.
You don't like Zone 3, do you?
Oh.
When you were trying not to yell, your energy went in the tank.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, especially at the start of the read, it felt like I don't know. It felt like you were thinking too much about what you were saying. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's a common problem.
One thing.
Apparently, number one rule of voiceover is don't think.
Yep.
Are you?
Well, when it
standing in your
comes
booth
to
right now?
when it comes to robot attack unicorns, I think thinking is off limits.
Yeah, exactly. But actually, I kind of liked. So, John, I actually kind of liked the way you did that, because what that made me think of was like the pieces of the title just like slamming onto the screen. You know, Robot Unicorn Attack 2. You know, you could do something like that if you wanted to. But yeah, what happened afterwards is you immediately broke out of that and tried to keep that up with just like adding some gravel into your voice and getting a little bit louder where the ellipses kicked in. So
I agree on that the game title. I'm totally stealing that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. But
that read does carry like it emoted a visual component of like the words hitting the screen one at a time, which that's a really good take on that.
So whether that was intentional or not, John, way to go. But with this one, the idea is to keep the energy going. So you want to get into a frame of mind of maybe a little bit louder than normal, which means backing off the microphone, but staying within that same hallway of level and pitch and tone and gravel and things like that. I think it's a good idea, like I mentioned before, to go ahead and elongate some of those words, particularly where the ellipses are involved. But yeah, the thing is, you know, you hit Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. Like that's what happened. Your volume dropped, everything dropped, and it was like you were a completely different character after that. So whatever character that you start off with, that's your challenge, is to maintain that throughout the whole thing without getting too loud or without getting too fast. So I'd like to hear it again and try to think of that same feeling that you get, that you have in your chest and your stomach and your body when you start off, and try to maintain that same idea. Some of the tips that I've even heard to maintain characters is to like physically emote in some way while you're doing it. So maybe like, you know, clench your fist, or I don't know, grit your teeth a little bit beforehand or something like that. There's usually some kind of trigger that you can start like associating with it. And I've heard that that's a way that some people use to sort of get into character and maintain it. Some people have a certain foot or a certain way that they stand when they get into that kind of character. And I don't know if you're standing or sitting right now. I believe you're sitting, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's the position you put your arms in. Maybe you're just holding on to the edge of the table or something like that. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, you need to maintain that character through the entire read. And I think that was the biggest weakness of this read.
Okay.
So give it another go. I believe in you.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
That was a much more consistent character. Did anybody else catch anything? Did anybody else have anything they'd like to say on that performance?
It dropped a bit when he got to with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn. That kind of list of three things kind of went a little bit flat and started to pick up toward the end, but the rest of it was pretty consistent. It was just there. You were afraid to yell or something, I think, and it just kind of went a little flat. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it felt to me like an accountant came in for the array of dazzling unicorns.
Yeah, I bet you do good corporate reads. I bet you do really good.
This should get you ready for next week. If you're going to read for Larry, you went upspeak on accessories and challenges, and he is an upspeak Nazi, so get ready for that.
I think it's been getting better with every read.
Yes, it has. That was much more consistent tone and volume, and the character was there for the most part. The character just kind of got a little quiet on those need to punch up with an array through spine-tingling power ballads.
Yeah, I wanted to build with the list, but have some place to go as it built.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't start high enough to maintain that character throughout.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying, because yes, it was getting a little more into it when you finally hit spine tingling power ballads, but it just flat died when you hit with an array.
Yeah.
You wanted to start low. You did a really good job of that.
Well,
maybe maybe keep the energy throughout, but just change the tone. So array of unicorns, formidable challenges, spine tingling power ballads, or something like that.
All right,
because I want to talk like a robot.
Well,
I got his point.
Hard. I understand how hard this is, especially if you're good at corporate, which I can tell that you are, John. So it's probably not easy to. Why don't you turn off the video and we won't even look at you.
Oh, I'm not self-conscious.
Huh?
I'm not self-conscious. Look at me. I have a face.
Yeah, and then just go crazy, like with us doing it.
All right, you want to hear it
Stop
again?
trying to be an adult.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
One more.
Yeah. Well, if the group hasn't figured it out yet, I am a very kind of mellow.
Yes.
Guy.
So
Yeah.
for you, you're doing really good for pumping some energy into something. This is the most energetic I think I've heard you read in a long time. So you're doing really well, John. Honest, you are.
You know what? If we're not here to have fun, what are we doing, right?
Oh my God!
Right.
Please.
I'm having a blast tonight.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array.
Sorry.
That was funny.
That was great.
With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here!
That was awesome.
Who was that guy?
Yes.
There you go.
Nice. Well done.
What?
Yeah.
Tom, you can have that.
That'll do.
We all agree that was awesome.
That was fun.
I thought it was good.
That was
There
fun.
you go. Let loose. Nice job.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
That's the point of this one. This one's to go ahead and let yourself go. Enjoy it. Well, anyway, you did a fantastic job. We're moving on to Nathan.
Guess right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that kills your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories. Formidable challenges and spine-tingling power ballads. Yee! Attack 2 is here.
I'm sorry.
Okay, opening it up. What did everybody think?
I got
It was too fast.
Okay, I'll slow down.
I'm reminded of the. Yeah, I'm reminded of the comment somebody had earlier about how the bigger it gets, the more you want to articulate.
Yes.
Yeah, that voice that you went with was way too slurred.
Yep.
Like if I was just listening to it with a bunch of music in the background, I'd have no idea what you were saying.
Gotcha.
None at all. It was way too slurred.
I will tweak it out then.
Need some articulation.
Different character.
Yeah.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
All right, just start over with that same character. Again, go for it.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
All right, what did everybody think?
I like it.
I like the
I
variety.
like when you kind of.
Sure you do, Joe.
I was inspired by Joe's read. I really was.
How could you not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love the unicorn accessories. My favorite.
I know that was really. I thought that was pretty interesting and totally
I was
acceptable.
hoping someone would do that. I liked it too. Both dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories. I think you can girl up those parts.
Yeah, I agree, but I think the voice that you took again would get drowned out a little too much if there was like a bunch of heavy music in the background.
Yeah.
Like that's my only issue with it. Like I don't have a problem with that part getting, with each of those points in the list getting a slightly different read because I think that's just going to add to it. But I think switching up into that, that falsetto voice right there would really get drowned out by the music.
Okay.
Good point.
Nothing else, Nathan. It was a really good demonstration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I've been pulling together a lot of stuff. And of course, where I edit my own stuff and add in music and stuff like that, I kind of have this thing in the back of my head. Okay, this is how I would do this. So I'm editing it. It's about I'm going along.
No, don't do that either.
No.
Just performance.
It's my
Performance alone.
Okay, can I do this one more time?
Do this
Yes.
one more time.
Quick. You know what I've really noticed, especially from John's read, is the 2 after attack needs to be highlighted because this is the second
sequel.
one,
It's a
and that's
sequel,
important, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And John really did a good job on that.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
A bit fast.
Attack 2 is.
That came in at 25 and a half seconds.
Oh, okay.
He actually went slower this time by 5 seconds from his last read. So.
I think it was the hippie way of saying majestic unicorn accessories. That
there you go. I was trying to come up with
Majestic. It's majestic, man. You got to take it all in.
So is that
Yeah,
it?
that's good.
Nobody has anything else to say?
No, I liked it without the high pitch because I'm with you, Michael. I think if you
Yeah.
put some music or whatever, that would just be garbled.
Yeah, that was my only issue with it. Like, I don't have a problem with that kind of delivery because, I think giving like I said, I think giving those different points a different style of read is a great idea. But if you do jump into your falsetto, they're going to have to do something on their end, some trickery with the editing to try to bring the volume down or, balance out the levels in some way so you can actually be understood over the music. That's the only problem I'd have.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. Like I said, where I make my own stuff, I am really aware of how that's supposed to go together.
I think what went wrong is you're jumping into that character of that person instead of using your character and making fun of that person, if that makes any sense. So like it's a totally different character rather than just using your same voice and all of a sudden you're making fun of somebody that would say it like that. No?
I think I get what you're saying. Yeah, because I had this habit of wrapping myself in a character. So I don't just outside looking in.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically, it was like outsider looking in delivery and not the person delivery?
Yeah, that's what I think I'm getting from Russ. Is that what you're saying, Russ?
Yeah, it's like you jumped into a little girl character or something instead of making fun of one.
Oh, right. Okay. There we go.
Yeah, because I do have, I've got a large array of characters that I do, and every one of them is on call.
So what he was saying was that using
I actually did the character. I did not just, I didn't just like poke fun at. I just dove into that character. It's the whole Robin Williams genie thing.
We'll try it again. Let's hear it again and try to do it the other way and still get that special sound to it.
Yeah, I'll try to adjust the pitch a little bit to go with what needs to be done here. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
I didn't like it. I don't know what it was. I'm sorry. I don't know what it was.
I'm not saying because I'm not slipping off into the, oh God, I was terrible.
I thought
If I ignore the technical requirements, I like the one that was 2 times ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Joe.
It flowed,
Gotcha.
but I don't know how you get around. You have to have some, knowledge of what was just technically possible, I guess. So
Yeah, it's always one editing music into something where somebody has done a particular character type, and in particular, again, my own stuff. It is a particular challenge to make sure that the music bed is not overpowering the speaker, and that the speaker is not blending with the music bed. So yeah, it's kind of a really hard balancing act when you're engineering on the other side of it. So thank you, Michael, for your direction. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hey, it is always helpful. And the thing of it is every little tweak that I get in here, I use out there or in
That's
here.
what's up. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you wanted to boil that down to a basic rule is consider the editing a little bit.
Yeah.
And the mixing.
Yeah. Every time. You know. Now I have been asked
Michael,
to do stuff that's had that kind of pitch in it before. Doing toy auditions. So anyway.
All right. Yeah, now it's me. All right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Yeah, very monster truck.
It felt
Sunday.
it felt a little too controlled though.
Yeah.
Too controlled. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you weren't letting go enough.
Yeah.
You know that advice you gave me?
Lay all your hands in the air.
But I think the air guitar helped.
And also with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories. Then you went into formidable challenges, but you gave it too much space between accessories and formidable challenges. I mean, that's what I noticed.
But I mean, it's probably going to be separate screens too. So, like you're running like one phrase with an array of this is the way I'm picturing it. Even when Michael read it, when actually since everybody's read it, with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, it's showing all the little cool tricks and toys that are on the mobile screen.
No, I understand.
And then it flips over to challenges. You got a little break there, showing all the fighting or whatever. So I mean that's what it is. The ellipses are showing something else on screen. So, and he still got it in under 25 seconds. So
yeah,
it's 23 and a half.
my one note on it is that you have the same tone on the dazzling unicorns, majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges. So vary it up a little bit in there. The spine tingling power bouts were different. So that was good.
I will say I didn't catch that, but
Okay. Did anybody else get that? Because I tried to vary that up. I guess I didn't vary it up.
Well, I heard the variation in it. I just missed that I didn't think that it carried on. And the only technical thing is when you're getting loud again is back off just a little bit. You clip 2 or 3 times. That's all.
I think Dan brings up a good point, though. Remember that this is a visual, and you're going to see everything you're describing. So you do need to break that up a little bit. Even though it's a list, you're going to need to break it up because they're going to want to show it every time. And I don't think many of them have been respecting that.
Yeah, that's because earlier Michael kind of said it's a list that kind of should stream on.
Well, yeah, they should be connected, but that doesn't mean make it one solid thing. The ellipses indicate a break. So what I mean is don't end off like with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. That's what I mean to not do.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, you can have a big pause there and still have them be connected.
Okay.
Okay, so let go a little bit more?
Yeah.
Is that really the main one?
Less control. Less control, Michael.
All right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Yes.
Power
Yes.
ballads. Love that.
Yeah, Power Ballads nailed it.
I also like
Killed your free time.
Love the way he said power.
Dude, I gotta get that game.
That was pretty
that one rocked.
Wonderful.
That one rocked.
Power ballad.
Hey,
There you
Mom,
go.
can I have some money? I need to get a game.
Well, normally these are free, and they'll just. Normally these games are free to play, and then they'll nickel and dime you with the dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessory.
Yeah.
Can I find that on the internet? The adult swim?
Microtransactions.
In-app purchases, baby.
On the app store, probably.
Yeah, it's on the App Store still, probably.
So I go to the my
So on your
video-
phone, it would be either
No, on my-
Google Play
no, on
or
my
Apple
iMac.
Apps, and
on my iMac. How would I find that?
I don't know if I don't know if you find it on a
No.
Mac, but this is definitely a mobile game.
Oh, okay. Darn it. Okay.
I just had a thought that came up, not necessarily as a critique for you. Instead of Robot Unicorn Attack 2, just for consideration, Robot Unicorn Attack 2. So open to thoughts.
Yeah, as long as you're emphasizing that too, since it's the sequel, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I thought that was one of your best reads, Michael, that wasn't a hush and you let yourself go and you had fun with it. I thought that worked really well.
Yeah.
It was
Physically,
fun.
it really
I
worked for it.
enjoyed it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to go for at the very beginning, but I guess I just didn't let myself go enough. Was I far enough away from the mic? Did I clip it all?
Yeah, no.
No, but you know what? Speaking of mic placement, you were very animated, and you could tell that you were moving from zone 2 to zone 3. I guess your mic's sensitive enough that the tone you could hear when you were further away.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
actually something I noticed with Janet as well. Not to pick on you, Janet, but you know
I'm
what?
used to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, there were also times where I sort of turned away from the mic. I guess I didn't angle myself just right for that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But
All right.
it's
Yeah,
picking
I
up-
need to work on my mic placement then.
It's picking up the distance from the mic. You can.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise, if I had to pick anything, come up with anything to say, that was it. Otherwise,
Well, that's very valid. I need to stay on mic for the performance. Well, would you like me to retake it, or are we good to move on?
Do you want to try one more so that you have your mic placement? And can you put the same energy in it two times in a row?
Two times in a row? Two whole times.
Twoo.
It's
all right.
It's 12. It's 12.
Lock
what's in that cup, Richard?
Not enough.
All right, I'll try to stay more on mic for this next one. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here. More on mic? Better?
Good.
With that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Much better.
Good energy throughout.
Yeah.
With the array of dazzling unicorns and you sound exactly like Devin.
Okay.
Devin, you really butched up. Nice job.
I'm just
Oh,
Michael
man.
from now on.
Oh God.
All right. Well,
You'll see
Cool.
Devin in the credits on the next Nickelodeon.
It's the same
cartoon,
kind of
The
tone,
Little
it
Brother
just-
or something like that.
yeah, well, I mean, I tried to sort of like soften those up a little bit, but like jokingly, you know?
Yeah.
I guess that puts me in the same range as Devin when she's trying to go really low. Anyway, let's see. Who was up next?
Best comment of the night. Oh, that was awesome.
All right, Joe, go for it.
I'm going to attempt the Zone 8 read.
So he's out of his chair and against the wall across the room.
Kitchen getting a snack.
It's in the refrigerator.
Outside the window.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Who did that?
The coolest thing
Who
I've
did
ever
that?
heard.
Yeah, I love it.
Step
Really?
right
You
up.
wanna know your
I
time?
got a magic
Oh.
elixir that
Was that
only
long?
you can
Oh
enjoy.
man, I can't find who did it. Who did that?
Oh,
29 seconds.
Way to
That
go.
last second is going to be just a little blurb of video in the end, just to make it fit.
No, it's 29.64.
Okay.
Okay, who
That'll
did
be
that?
5 frames of video. That'll be
Joe,
it.
dear.
So you
Dennis,
basically,
that
you
was
basically have about a half second of video extra.
Yeah.
Who did that?
That was Joe Thomas.
Where?
You can
Why don't I
scroll through people at the top with the arrows on the left and right of the
I'm
bar
using
that's
it
up
all
there.
the time. I
He
just
has.
don't.
She probably has the hidden people hidden.
Oh,
No.
Joe
No,
Simon
no.
Thomas. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it
So
was a picture. Okay.
the only thing that I like the only issue that I would have with that is I actually think you could close in a little bit more on the mic. You sounded a bit too quiet with that read.
Okay. Go for the zone 7 read.
Yeah. Instead of zone 8, we'll go zone 7.
Instead of
No,
8,
it's just because like this lends itself to you being front and center as the reader. Like this kind of script absolutely lends itself to you being the guy, the person, the focus of the read. So you are more than welcome to be a little bit louder than maybe you'd usually read these at. Maybe a touch quicker too, because this. I don't know. The reason why I feel that way is. Sorry, go ahead.
I like the variation in the speed. That's a lot of times what coaches say are missing, and he got that. Like the first part was slow and then he sped up. You know what I'm saying?
But it didn't feel like you stretched it for time.
Yeah.
It felt very natural.
Yep.
And the only tiny little thing, spine-tingling power ballads. You lost it right there at the end.
Lost ballads. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
If we're gonna spine tingle, we want our ballads, okay?
Aren't your ballads? Okay, so a little closer, and you want a second read?
Oh, heaven.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me de-video because it sucks up my bandwidth. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Oh, I like it. I don't know. I think it's.
I like that one. That was stupendous. It was wonderful.
Kill.
I lost 3 seconds, but it sounded really good.
It was like butter.
I got a kick out of how you can have people have so completely different reads that all just work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Yeah.
There's a great script for that, by the way.
I like your instinct on this, Joe, because like you had mentioned, and I'm far from an expert, but Comedy Central could want anything, especially Adult Swim, right? So
Yeah.
you want to stand out, and from a business standpoint, excellent choice, because
thank you.
that's me and 4 others probably sound very much the same, and you don't. So yeah.
Now I just have to remember to do that when I do real auditions.
No, I thought it was great. It reminded me of a huckster on some old West shows. The guy out in front of his trailer, and he's hucking. Don't you want to know how this great elixir that we have for you?
Yeah.
Well, Joe, if you want a second opinion on any of your auditions, I'm usually available. Shoot me a message. We'll meet up.
Okay, cool.
I'll try to break you out of your pattern.
Yeah, I get in my head on the description area. So since this didn't have a description, I'm trying to figure out exactly what they want and give them exactly what they asked for, and that means I sound exactly like everyone else. So.
Yeah. So well, the main thing is that many of those people don't know what they want either.
Yeah.
Like they'll put something up there as like a general idea, and they don't exactly know what it is that they want. So one of the best pieces of advice that I was ever told is ignore the specs, read it, and then read the specs.
Oh, yeah.
I do that all the time.
Joe, you can just send me your auditions because I want to hear them.
No, but yeah, in general, that was a real. I liked the choice. You know who it reminded me of? I don't know if any of you are familiar with this character, but it reminded me of Sir Hammerlock from Borderlands 2. Who is quite the animated character. I feel like that was sort of what you were. I know you probably don't know who that is, but that was definitely the realm that you were hitting.
It's actually a takeoff on a character from the Venture Brothers. There's a magician who is like way over the top. It's in Richard, like Richard was saying, he's like a huckster kind of magician.
Yeah. It reminded me of what's his name? Houston. Old. I mean, he's long gone. Not Sam Houston. Doggone, I can't think. What's that?
John Houston, Bob Houston.
John Houston. There you go. That was
tossing out names with Houston.
I know it's like
one of them will click.
But that's what it reminded me of because he did almost like was dressed in a black with a black top hat, and he was a huckster in some movie. I don't remember what it was. Either that or he was a Undertaker because he did that well as also, and that's what it reminded. I thought it fit really well for this. I thought it would work and get somebody's attention.
Cool. That's a good area. It was dead ringer for John Houston.
Yes, that's what it was. Yep.
All right. Well, up next is Dan.
Dan?
I kind of want to do something a little different.
Go for it. Go for it.
I want to go to like 80s movie trailer where they tell you everything that's going on.
Go for it.
What kind of an 80s movie? No, that's the wrong kind of movie trailer. Sorry.
Dan LaFontaine.
Don LaFontaine.
No, it's Dan LaFontaine.
No, I know, but we're officially changing his name now to Don. We're changing Dan. You're now Don. Don.
Let him go.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
So let me get this straight, Dan. When you say you want to do something different, you mean like mainstream, right?
Was that what that was?
No. Dan, that was a really good read in the fact that you really stuck with that character. Like you carried it all the way through.
Okay.
No matter how bad
I want to hear the Disney movie trailer.
That came across as, hey, we got a new game. You want it? It's here. If you like it, okay.
We're talking.
I mean, I'm just thinking back to like the Ferris Bueller movie trailer, the War Games movie trailer, the Short Circuit movie trailer. There was no energy behind them. It was just there.
Oh, okay.
But that's not the challenge for this script.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dan, you can't just skirt the challenge by going, I'm going to try something a little different and stay within your wheelhouse. The whole point of this one is to break out.
Yeah.
We want to hear Dan higher. We want to hear high energy Dan.
Yeah, we want to hear now on Disney DVD.
You could sound like the accountant was trying.
Or you could do like a Top Gun movie trailer.
Yeah, there we go.
Same time period, right?
Way to the danger zone.
Well, go for it. Go for it.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Much better.
Oh, yeah.
The energy was so much better.
Yep, that was it. That was the read.
Yep, that one worked really well, Dan.
That was more of the Ferris Bueller trailer right there.
You moved your arms around this time. The first time you did no movement whatsoever.
Good. That was in there.
Much better.
In the
All right,
pocket.
Dan, I want you to read it like a pirate who's had too much coffee.
Challenge.
Okay, now, John, I need to email you before audition just to ask for random things.
What the hell was that?
Nice.
Yo, you need some dice with the character on each side.
Yeah.
That was good, Dan.
Is it going again?
Dan, do it again, right?
Am I?
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody
yeah.
said you're going to do a pirate.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do a pirate.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
that's why you should do it.
Nice, hey.
A
And
southern
that's
pirate.
yes, exactly. All the more reason why you should go for it.
A southern pirate.
A southern
With
pirate.
too much coffee.
Yes, an overcaffeinated southern pirate. Go.
Talk out of the side of your mouth.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. No, that doesn't work. Let's try again.
Talk out of the side.
Just go for it. Don't even think about it. Just go for it.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here. That was definitely not a pirate.
It doesn't matter. We loved it.
It was a Scotsman, but it was very good.
Fine. A Scottish pirate. All right, Jake.
You're up. Here he goes.
Oh, human meat.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Read it like an evil overlord.
And use
You are
those
throughout it.
arms.
Yeah, you do not let your arms just stay right by your sides. That's going to kill your read. Get in there.
You got to move with it, and don't drop your energy when you get to Attack 2 is here. Yeah, we got it. Give it some oomph when you get to the end of that.
All right.
One more time, buddy.
All right. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
There we go. That was a lot
Hey,
better
that's
than
it. That's a read.
There you go.
You have a natural good emphasis on the right words, which is very difficult to obtain for me.
Yeah, you don't want to put the wrong emphasis on the incorrect syllable because
Yeah,
it just doesn't.
it's really good.
Anything
Thank
else,
you.
gents and ladies?
It sounds incorrect.
Good.
I thought that was great. You kept your energy all the way to the end that time. That was way better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could use a little more energy, but the sound of it's good. Just amp it up a little.
All right.
One more.
Do it again. One more. And let go of your arms. Let go. Your elbows are locked into your sides. Let them go. Just knock
In
yourself
fact,
out.
bring them up like you're about to fist fight someone.
There you go.
Seriously,
Yeah,
like bring them up like you're going
That's
to
it.
fist fight someone the whole time. And
Yeah,
whenever you're
hold 'em
going to
up
do a
there.
gesture, like punch it at the camera or something. Just let
Yeah.
yourself act it out.
Just punch JD.
There you go.
We
There
give
you
you
go.
permission. It's okay.
He won't be back if he does that.
Hey, you don't get that choice. We do. That's not your. You
Okay.
brought it.
Fists
You're-
up, man. Come on, fists up. Let's do it. Fists up. Let's hear it. Yeah,
Adult
that's it.
Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
go.
That's
It's amazing
yes.
how moving your body works.
fantastic.
That was very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very
All
good.
right. Now,
That's
I have
what's
to say
up.
that you Ruin your life forever. Took a step down and just stayed that way. After that, it was back up. But I think that dropped a bit.
All right.
That was good. Excellent. Though.
Yep.
Got better every time.
Yep.
Yes, he did. Every time was you were
Yes.
listening to us.
Yeah,
Good
definitely.
for you.
Took the
Don't be
direction.
afraid to move. I can't read a script without you can't. I've got the camera, but I can't read a script. This is my hands are doing this. Doesn't matter what I'm reading. I'm moving and doing stuff. It helps emote the words.
My
I'm not. That's my problem.
Stand up and I'm sitting on my butt. So
I move around a lot when I'm reading.
So the two things that are, well, I guess you could say the one major thing that'll really help you out in your reads is act Italian, because Italians really speak with their hands. Like that's
It's not a problem, man.
So hey, what's going on, man? Forget about it. Just dive right in and go for it.
My newest challenge was trying to read without moving. When I was folded up under a table with a puppet.
Alrighty,
I had to
then.
force all that energy into one hand just to get him moving around. That's about it.
Damien.
Yep, Damien is up next.
Yes.
Sweet. All right, you guys ready?
Oh yeah, we are so ready for this. You have no idea.
Okay. Can you still hear me and see me, or is my camera off now?
We hear you.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
We can't see you, but we hear you.
All right, I had to go to the other page. All right, here we go. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever with an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories. I'm sorry. Hold on. Accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
You did. You attacked it. The only issue that I have though with that attack is that that doesn't matter. That honestly doesn't matter. I'll say this: there's a reason why there are editors, there are directors.
And there's a Dan rule.
Yeah, there's the Dan rule. Messing up doesn't matter. Everybody messes up. Now, where was I going with that? So one of the things that you did was you kept the microphone too close to you, so you started peaking. So it was a bunch of crackling in the audio. I don't have a problem with you going loud. Going loud is fine. Just make sure to back away from the mic when you do that if you can.
All right. Because I'm holding my phone, so I have to like.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. You actually got a little bit of an advantage when doing that because my mic is stationary. It's just sitting right here. I've got to move myself. But
okay, right.
Yeah, so just make sure that if you start going loud, those microphones are way more sensitive than they appear. So give yourself a little bit of room. That's totally cool.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's
I
see.
think it was very staccato.
It kind of was, which means that
an unnatural cadence, like walking or somebody.
Yes, that's what it was.
So what you want to do, the whole illusion behind voiceover is you want to make it sound like you're talking, like it's your words specifically. So I don't know if you normally talk like that, and if so, like that's totally cool. But we want to make the sound a little bit more flowy. So you want to read. It's funny because school kind of actively detracts from the reading skills you need to have as a voice actor, because as a voice actor, you need to read the ideas and not just the words. And usually school stops at you read the words and you're good to go. You make it through a full sentence and there you go. So what I mean by that is like the mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. So if you want to read the ideas in that, the ideas are the mobile game that killed your free time. That's one item. The mobile game that killed your free time. And then the other item is back to ruin your life forever. So both of those have a different feeling.
I ended on like back, right? That was kind of what I
yeah,
did.
yeah, and that's because
I started
there's
the next idea as okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so basically with that line, you want to be like the mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever.
Okay.
It's supposed to be telling that sort of story there. So be careful of where you chop things up, and don't worry, we'll let you know when that happens.
Yeah,
But,
there were a couple of points there where I felt you could really benefit from drawing out the words a little more. Instead of Robot Unicorn Attack 2, it's Robot Unicorn Attack 2. And that's over-exaggerated, but you get the idea. And ruin your life forever.
Heck, even if you read it like that, that would still be a good idea. Like, I mean, the whole idea is you're basically an over the top announcer.
Right.
So Robot Unicorn Attack 2. If you wanted to do that, that's totally fine. So
So,
go ahead.
the way I saw the it's back to ruin your life forever. It sounded really condescending when I read it, so I kind of went for something super condescending. But it seems like what you guys are talking about. It's like a super over the top like WWE wrestler calling out somebody.
That's it.
This is, like,
WWE
this is the
or
this
you know
is the
monster truck
thing.
rally, something like that. Destruction Derby. It's definitely that same idea. It's definitely that same feel.
So, do you think more energy, or was that
Oh yeah.
good with
Well,
energy, or?
so one thing that I want to define is what energy means. So there's a difference between volume and energy, and sometimes those two get confused. I think you needed more energy and slightly less volume.
Okay.
So basically, make this more personal. Like, dive yourself into the script a little bit and see what this character is feeling. Like, maybe they don't have a full solid connection to this, but they're just behind the mic having fun.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you're gonna go again?
Absolutely.
Okay. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. I'm sorry, let me start over. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Yeah, that was much better that time. You didn't have all the same sort of staccato cuts and everything like that you did before. It flowed a lot better, and all in all, it was a much better delivery style.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, a few little staccatos, but it worked with what you were doing. So as opposed to the first time, I think Joe hit the nail on the head. It sounded like Christopher Walken or something. Yeah, no. We have a robot unicorn attack.
Tingling power ballads.
Yeah, with spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
Sure that
Unicorn accessories.
Man, go make a sandwich or something.
Hey, that's better than Shatner.
So I don't know why.
I would pay to see Christopher Walken say robot unicorns.
Yeah.
After watching him as Captain Hook, I'm sure he would do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, Russ is up, huh?
It's Russ's turn. Russ, go for it. That's it for you. You did great.
Cool. Thank you.
Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads, Attack 2 is here.
I thought you got into it like the first two lines. I didn't feel it, and then you got more into it on the mobile game that killed your free time. So I almost want to hear you like into it. It's that get into it before you start reading kind of thing. Some people put an extra line on the front or whatever it takes to.
I'll do that.
I believe the technical term for that is moment before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, I heard the same thing, Joe. It was you started out Adult Swim Games presents Robot, and it just kind of kept going. And then once you wrapped up and hit the Attack 2, then you stayed there. That was great. But it's like building speed.
Yeah, I got a suggestion. Take that last line, Attack 2 is here, and start it with that last line before you read Adult Swim Games presents.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Am I wrong to ask for a lower voice? Is that
Yes, you are. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I had the same reaction.
I'm kidding.
No, because
Yes.
our voice is our voice, so we can't really. But I just think,
Mostly, I just need to keep my head down. Whenever I tilt my head up,
yeah,
I do that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, your pitch is going to change just a little bit when you tilt your head up. I mean, that's how I get into most of my young voices is if I tilt my head up a little bit more, I get way up here. So, yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess that's it, and you're ready.
Attack 2 is here. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2! The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Okay, I loved it except for one
So-
thing. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorns sounded too happy and nice. Everything else
Can you be more miserable for us, please? I mean, really.
Well, here's the
Sour
thing.
the milk a little bit on that one, will you?
To parallel that a little bit, I see what you were doing there, and I like that choice. The only issue that I saw was that you couldn't quite regain the same character you had before that. Like you entered, with. So you had you were going for a little bit more gravel in the voice earlier, a little bit more higher energy, and then you really cleaned it up and sort of got a little syrupy when it comes to an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, and then you really couldn't quite get back to that same area you were before when going into formidable challenges.
Well,
So it's like
using the ABC effect to transition back to the character, sorta. That's what I was thinking anyway in my head.
okay. I think the transition took a little too long, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so just go right back
So
into it and formidable challenges.
Right back into it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Just go right back into it. You can still ABC the read, but when it comes to that character voice, you're going to want to go right back into it right after that, because formidable challenges is a whole different section.
All right.
Okay. One note also, not necessarily for you. I heard it in a lot of reads. Just a suggestion that came up. Hit killed a little bit harder.
Okay.
Mobile game that killed your free time.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. Attack 2 is here. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. The mobile game that killed your free time is back to ruin your life forever. With an array of dazzling unicorns and majestic unicorn accessories, formidable challenges, and spine-tingling power ballads. Attack 2 is here.
Okay. What did everybody think?
I like that one. It was far more consistent, and the energy you started out like you should have. So I thought that was a pretty good read.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody else have any opinions on the read?
I like the lean in on Forever. I thought that went over really well.
Yep, I thought that was a good point too. I forgot that one.
Well,
You did good. We don't have much for you, Russ. Yeah.
I like that Russ's range is a little higher. He's not trying to push down in the basement like everyone else.
Yeah.
Up here.
Well, I mean, okay. So if you really want me to nitpick on this, I think when you hit Adult Swim Games Presents, you way overemphasize Presents. You put too much emphasis at the beginning there. Presents is not necessarily the main part or the main emphasis in that beginning. You can almost throw away Adult Swim Games Presents because there's going to be a splash on the screen of Adult Swim Games. So you're aided with that. The real main selling point is the rest of the description of the game. So with the way that it's structured, you can almost see this as like a percentage of how much importance you want to give to one thing or another. So Adult Swim Games Presents is sort of a little throwaway because that's the only line where they talk about Adult Swim games. And that's not necessarily the main important part. It's everything else you're getting with Robot Unicorn Attack 2, because that's all you're going to be talking about from there on out. So if you really wanted to start this differently, bring down Adult Swim Games Presents just a bit more and bring up Robot Unicorn Attack 2 and the rest of everything else. Like, that's where all of your energy should really go.
Well, we're going for an announcer read, and it seems like that's the way they say presents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you can get away from that.
So you can, let's see. The only again, my only issue is that it's a little bit more prominent than I feel it should be. But that's just my personal opinion.
The Robot Unicorn Attack 2.
A little bit, because it's just so jarring. No, I don't hear a lot of even in like people who have zero presentation skills whatsoever. Generally, presents is a lower energy word. Like Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2. Like.
Okay, can I do that one line then?
Yeah, go for it.
Attack 2 is here. Adult Swim Game presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2.
And now you're channeling Janet. It's Adult Swim Game. You forgot the S.
If I can win an award, I'm good.
I know.
Fantastic.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to try one more time, just
one more time.
Games. Make it plural this time, please.
Attack 2 is here. Adult Swim Games presents Robot Unicorn Attack 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. We just chop that on
Okay.
and you're good to go.
All right, thanks for the help.
All right.
Up next.
Nobody.
Nobody.
There's
Takia
nobody
left.
because Takia has left.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have it on my play phone, on my mobile phone. I don't have. I don't know.
Oh, Takia is the one that invited me to this. I don't think she saw me do my read.
I have no idea. I'm sorry about that.
She might have had network issues.
Yeah,
You're
sometimes that
welcome to
happens.
come back too, Damien. Don't
we're
think
glad
you're
you
not
made
welcome.
it, Damien.
You are welcome here.
Okay,
Well,
so
anyway.
it's not called Adult
Speak
Swim.
for yourself. I didn't say it was
It's my
welcome.
fault. No, it's
Well, since this is the end of everybody's read, we'll go ahead and end the recorded portion of the mic check here. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and drop us a comment down below. See if there's anything maybe that you noticed, something that we should have paid close attention to, or maybe something that you liked or didn't like. Link us your read. Why not? Record it and send us a YouTube link. We'd love to see it.
We'd love to hear it.
Great idea.
You can, if you like what you saw as well, you can also check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/themiccheck. Every little bit helps us out a ton. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Join us every Monday for free script practice. You can also find the Mic Check on Facebook and Twitter. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.